Hello and welcome to Institute for Governance, Policies in Politics online panel discussion, Falsifying the North-South Divide. The discussion is part of our larger initiative, Politics in the South of Vindhyas, where we attempt to understand electoral dynamics in the southern states. Many were taken by surprise as the Lok Sabha election results 2024 poured in. While BJP suffered major setbacks in the Hindu heartland, it made significant gains in the states south of the Vindhyas. In 2019, the BJP's vote share in Andhra Pradesh was just 0.96%. However, in 2024, the BJP formed an alliance with the TDP and Pawan Kalyan's Jan Sena party. In this alliance, the BJP won 3 of the 6 seats it contested with a vote share of 13.07%. Similarly, in Telangana, the BJP doubled its seats from 4 to 8 of the 17 parliament seats, and its vote share jumped to 35.08%. In Tamil Nadu, despite significant efforts, it failed to win any seats. However, in Kerala, it was finally able to bag 1 seat as Thrissur elected Suresh Gopi. In Karnataka, after its defeat in the Legislative Assembly election, its loss was not as great as was expected, and though the party was reduced to 17 seats, its vote share remained at 46.05%. The BJP's sweep in Orissa, where it won 20 out of 21 seats, was unexpected to many. For discussing the various reasons of BJP's success in the South, today we are joined by Mr. G. Sreedathan, an independent journalist and political commentator, and Dr. Sajjan Kumar, fellow at Prime Minister's Museum and Library, New Delhi. Dr. Sajjan, I'll begin with you. Were the results as per your expectations, or was there a remarkable difference in the sentiments on the ground this time that gave you a hint to what the probable results would be?
The question is quite on spot. I mean, the result was certainly not up to my expectation, but was not also too kind of way off the mark, because I was of the view which was bit conservative compared to the other kind of analysts and other pollsters, in the sense that I was expecting BJP's tally to be around 290 seats. So I was expecting some sort of a hit that party will be taking. But yet I am not much surprised, for the simple reason that we have to see the mandate in sub-regional dynamics. So I was expecting a very bad performance in Maharashtra, and that was quite obvious because the people generic anger was against the way the party has operated in Maharashtra vis-a-vis Shiv Sena and NCP. Also because the third front in Maharashtra of Prakash Ambedkar Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, which last time had split anti-BJP and anti-Shiv Sena, anti-NDA votes, which helped it win many seats, 43 out of 48 in 2019. This time, majority of the 7% Mahar Buddhist voters, Dalit voters, they were shifting to the opposition, declaring Prakash Ambedkar as a B team, the way Mayawati was being labeled. So that way we could see that opposition vote is consolidated. I expected a huge comeback for the BJP in Karnataka, because majority of the OBC voters in our study who have shifted to Congress in assembly election last year, this time they preferred BJP. So I was expecting BJP, which was contesting 3 less seats, just on 25, about getting around 20-21 seats, just a 3-4 seat loss. So relatively it is 18, so not much of a loss. So Karnataka is up to mark. Telangana, everyone was expecting 7 to 10 seats for BJP, and you see from 20%, their vote percentage also increased to 35%. I think Telangana had more potential for BJP, but for the kind of change of leader just before the assembly election last time, why Bandi Sanjay Kumar was removed still is a mystery. Otherwise, BJP could have done further better. In Kerala, Thrissur was 1 seat which everyone was betting, whosoever was following. On Thiruvananthapuram, as I was hearing to sir, it was considered close. There was also report that on the day of the polling in the second phase, when entire Kerala was under poll, many of the CPM voters perhaps cross-voted to Congress. There was many things. So Thiruvananthapuram was a cross-fingered, state, but one was expecting that perhaps Thrissur and Thiruvananthapuram will come. So that way Kerala is also on the mark. And I was of the opinion about Tamil Nadu, that Tamil Nadu BJP, the day it broke its alliance with AIADMK, it was clear that BJP is looking at Tamil Nadu not just as an immediate electoral gain state, but as a deep ideological state. Because in Tamil Nadu, BJP's strategy, unlike Kerala, was a horizontal strategy wherein they were popular in every seat. So that way they got around 12% of the votes, but that was primarily from every seat you are getting some percentage of the vote, rather than a vertical kind of a strategy, as was the case in Kerala, wherein they were very customized, in a customized way, they were focusing on certain number of the seats. Reason is that the feedback mechanism in Kerala is very strong because of the RSS is extremely strong in Kerala. And then demography also gives you a kind of incentive where to concentrate and where not to concentrate, not to waste your. So that way it's there. Coming to other bad states for BJP, which was expected, one was Rajasthan. It was a bit more than we expected. We were expecting 3 to 6 seats for Rajasthan, but seems that Jat and Rajput factor, overall, it created a kind of momentum away from BJP. Haryana was expected a 50-50 and almost it's a kind of the same. Then we were expecting Bihar to be slightly more bad than the result turned out to be. Bihar is the party survived because of the alliance with Nitish Kumar. UP is completely a shock to me, along with Bengal. Two states I was sure of that BJP tally either will remain same or perhaps will witness certain kind of more momentum. UP I was sure about for two reasons, because UP methodically we tested the Dalit, particularly the Jatav and Ravidas vote, Mayawati's vote, which last time went to Samajwadi Party alliance, anti-BJP alliance. Now, last time Mayawati's alliance with the Samajwadi Party ensured that overall around 15% of core Dalit vote was shifted to Akhilesh, which this time we were expecting that even if there is a partial dent, around 10% votes which Akhilesh Yadav was beneficiary of in 2019, this time it's not getting transferred. So we checked the Jatav Ravidas localities with more focus, and what we found that barring one or two and barring a very small minuscule section, overwhelming majority of the core BSP voters were consolidated behind the party, behind BSP, and that sentiment is reflected in the results which has come. Mayawati's vote tally still is between 9 to 10%. I'm yet to check the final data, but that shows that Mayawati is not finished in UP. She is abandoned by everyone except her own core vote, which last time was with Samajwadi Party. Now, compared to that, BJP loss was that BJP's plank of winning UP was giving more representation to non-Yadav OBCs. Now that plank this time was stolen and very aggressively implemented by Samajwadi Party. SP in fact fielded 34 non-Yadav OBC candidates. That was the first time a party which used to give overwhelming representation to just two communities, Muslims and Yadavs, this time gave 34 seats to non-Yadav OBCs. And then it also fielded many SC candidates on general open seats. So that way, BJP's plank was something which Samajwadi Party took and implemented. However, we did not see a kind of pan-state shift among the non-Yadav OBCs. It was wherever there were a candidate, that particular caste was shifting, but rest of the OBCs were overwhelmingly with the BJP. So our speculation was, extrapolation was, that while 10 to 15% dent that Mayawati is bringing is across the UP for Samajwadi Party, while the little dent that Akhilesh is doing to BJP is primarily concentrated and confined to the individual Lok Sabha constituency. So therefore, the losses of the BJP is lesser than the loss of the Samajwadi Party because of Mayawati not being a part. That way, our extrapolation was that overall BJP core votes will remain the same, dent would be relatively small than the dent that Samajwadi Party is having, because Mayawati not letting her votes transfer to Samajwadi Party, which was the case in 2019. However, when the results came, Mayawati has kept her vote. So which means that the crisis in UP was something within the fold of BJP. And Samajwadi Party was not as strong on the ground as it is now if you look at the tally of the MPs, which means that there was some internal churning. I'm not going into details. Something happened big in the Uttar Pradesh, and that was something that was not being anticipated, at least the extent. Bengal, I am not surprised, because Bengal, I never take the voting sentiment and the voting seriously, because the ruling party never have given in the history a fair chance to the opposition. When CPM came in 77, it never allowed Congress to have a fair chance. Had Nandigram and Singur not happened, Mamata or TMC perhaps would not have made a comeback, because then 30% Muslims shifted their allegiance in big way from CPM to TMC, and that catapulted Mamata Banerjee. And that way, while sentiment was there for change, and that was visible, the sentiment did not translate into seats. So Bengal, I always treat as an exceptional, wherein people may have the sentiment but may not have the confidence to go and execute that sentiment through votes. And BJP is not in a position to install that sort of a confidence in Bengal. So I'm not that surprised. But if you see the dent in UP, and UP alone, if we leave all states other, around 40 seats, has changed the pattern of Indian politics from a one-party dominant system, which was the reality from 2014 to 2024. Now, because of UP alone, India is back to coalition era. Though not as, kind of severely into coalition era as it was earlier, but yet it is back to, and UP alone is the prime kind of writer of that script. This is one. Two, if you see, UP result is also changing the direction of the average. The average never gives you a real picture. The subtext is that in East, BJP is now a hegemonic party. It has majority of the northeastern state, Tripura, Assam, Manipur, and so many Arunachal, and majority of state. It is now for the first time a ruling party with absolute majority in Odisha, a hegemonic party. So East is rewarding BJP. Bengal also, it is the prime contender. Even with the 10 seats, it is the hegemonic party after TMC. You see in the South, BJP is no more an outlier. Karnataka is no more an outlier. If you see the vote percentage, BJP is having 35% vote in Telangana. Now, because of the alliance, it has also created a furrow in Andhra. In Tamil Nadu alone, it has won 12% of the popular votes. In Kerala, it has 17% in triangular contestation. Winning 17% seat is not a small thing. So that way it shows that BJP's foray into the South is a successful. Now South will emerge as the new catchment area for the BJP. It is no more a party of the North India, Hindi heartland, and just the Central India, and perhaps in Maharashtra and Gujarat. The party's pan-Indian geographical expanse is best in 2024. For the first time, nowhere BJP won or had as much a presence across India as you see in 2024. But because there was a severe dent in UP, which was not expected, the average is giving you a different story. So one, overall BJP lost majority and had to run a coalition government. But if you see in terms of the sub-localities and sub-regional dynamics, for the first time, BJP is at its best performance in terms of the geographical presence. It is as much a party of the South, as of the East, as of the Northeast, as of the Central India, as of the North India, and as of the Western India also, Gujarat and Maharashtra. So that way, the party has many positive strides, but UP alone, changed the direction in final analysis, in the overall tally. So I'll see BJP succeeded in its pan-Indian expansion goal, but BJP lost the core, and therefore overall tally has dipped and and India is back to the coalition.
Mr. Sreedathan ji, as Dr. Sajjan Kumar pointed out that earlier before the election, there were a lot of talks of North-South divide, how, North votes in a completely different manner. But that has been falsified with the election results. And as Dr. Sajjan pointed out, that BJP is now a pan-India party. What were the reasons for BJP's positive strides in the South? In our last discussion, you pointed out that in Kerala, the outreach to minority communities such as Christians has really helped the BJP. Has that strategy also paved the way for BJP in other states? Or what are the major reasons you would say for BJP's making inroads in the southern states?
I fully agree with Dr. Sajjan, because his observation is on the mark and is perfectly all right as far as South is concerned. North, of course, I fully agree with him. Had UP not bucked the trend, it would have been a different picture altogether. I fully agree with him. But as regards to South, right from, I'll start with Kerala, where I belong. So Kerala, I've been saying that, we'll be getting at least 2 seats or 1 plus also. Anyway, Trivandrum, Thiruvananthapuram, BJP lost by a margin of 15,000 votes. That means their strategies were working only in some area which 2014 the party lost by 16,000 votes. There the problem area is there, and they couldn't manage to address that issue. That is their that was the problem. Although they had started work much ahead in Trivandrum and Thrissur, that is paying dividends. As for Trivandrum, it is not, even if you go by the assembly segments, in Trivandrum constituency, you will see that BJP is leading in almost all the assembly segments except 1 or 2. Rest of the other assembly segments, BJP is leading. That means BJP has been consistently performing there. Even in municipal elections also, you will see that it is consistently saying. And so they'll have to work on that area, and then in the next election, they can witness a different result. As for Thrissur, for that matter, Thrissur, Suresh Gopi is a formidable candidate, and he is very popular as a social activist also. Beyond his politics, he works among people, he goes out to help people. That has worked across the spectrum, across the religion, across the caste. There was an acceptance for him, and that has worked for him. So this is the line BJP has to. I always say that they have to take a lead from Suresh Gopi's strategy, and then they have to implement, because that reaching out to Christians has worked, but not that way. I would say, because earlier, but to give credit to BJP, their Christian voting percentage also has increased for BJP, because it has gone up to 7-8%, I suppose. So that is there is an improvement. Heena ji, I would say one thing. In 2014, what was the mood among the Christians? They said Modi should not come. That was it. In 2019, they said Modi should be replaced. Now, the sentiment is that what is wrong with Modi? So there is a change, but BJP has to work hard. I always tell BJP leaders also, you should go to the common Christians, reach out to them. There are concerns about it, because you have two formidable alliances which are catering to these communities. So you have to tell them the real story, because Manipur, if something happens, then they are saying देखिए वो मणिपुर में क्या हो रहा है, वो क्रिश्चियंस को मार रहे हैं, ऐसे करके बोल रहे हैं. So you have to address that. You have to treat it. What the BJP leaders mostly what they do is that they will go to bishops and give all give them, have tea with them, and then take photographs, and that is not the thing. They'll have to go out and reach out to the common people, common Christians. Then wherever that has done, that in Thrissur that has done, that has been successful. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, and also I want to add one more thing. In Kerala, on all constituencies, BJP's vote share has gone up by leaps and bounds, because where V. Muralidharan was contesting Attingal, there the vote BJP has bagged around 3+ lakh votes. That is a huge improvement. 1.5 lakh votes they have added this time. So this is the kind of response you are getting in Alleppey for that matter. They have 1.2 lakh votes they have added. So there is a huge support for BJP growing across the state. You can see that, and in around 20 seats, assembly segments, they are now on the first position. So if they work hard, if they work on that strategy, work on the constituencies, I think Kerala, you will see in the next assembly election, there you will be having a 20-member strong BJP there in Kerala. So that is the same case with Tamil Nadu also. Tamil Nadu, you have a charismatic leader emerging in the form of Annamalai. Annamalai, see, he couldn't win the seat. That is all right, because the state machinery had put its all might behind their candidate to win that seat. So obviously in that, this BJP could not win. But having said that, they could have brought AIDMK to the fold also, NDA fold, then the story would have been much better, because the AIDMK, I think they have got around 20% vote. So if 20% also, if they could have added, then it would have been a different figure. And Annamalai has rightly said, we wanted to go alone because on our own terms, because we, just like Odisha, we want to, in next 10 years, we want to become the ruling party of Tamil Nadu. That is possible. And now there is, initially, there was a feeling that BJP is a North Indian party. Prime Minister Modi has, in a big way, through his campaigns and road shows and his attires and all these things, he had built that gap. Now Modi is equally acceptable like Stalin. And Annamalai has also added to that, and that way Tamil Nadu, I had the occasion to speak to some workers and all that. They're all saying that they have very good impression, or they admire Modi for his leadership and all that. So BJP is not at all a North Indian party now in down south. And Telangana, of course, Dr. Sajjan had elaborately explained it also. So Telangana, we were expecting slightly more better result, but that has not happened. But even this is not a bad result, because if you see, it is now 2 national parties. Decimation of BRS has happened, and it is going down the drain in the next few days. If BJP plays its card well, then BJP is going to be the alternative power center in in Telangana Congress, and it will be two-party system emerging in Telangana. So that is what I have to say about it. The Karnataka, of course, despite the whole machinery and money power working in favor of Congress, but still they have managed. I thought even I was also expecting something around 25 number of seats, 25 seats for BJP, because if you see I have covered the Prime Minister's one roadshow some time back, and that was immense. The mood of the public was huge, and support for Modi is, and our website also operates from South, so Bangalore. So we know the ground support, ground level grassroots support for BJP was immense. So that little bit disappointment there, but overall South has helped BJP, and this is the way to go forward, because it is unlike North, where the people, even small changes here and there could damage the prospects of maybe. South is a solid support base. If they work, it has worked for Indira Gandhi, it has worked for Congress all through these years. So South is where BJP has to work, start concentrating and working fast.
Dr. Sajjan, would it be possible that BJP has a stronghold in South instead of North and becomes like is BJP going southward now?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that's the new catchment. If you see the pattern 2014 to 2019, BJP's expansion is eastward. Now, remember the cliche about BJP, a Brahmin Baniya party, a Hindi heartland party, perhaps in two states of the Western India, also Maharashtra. So that was a kind of a framing of the BJP by the anti-BJP people. 2019 to 2014 to 19, BJP emerged as a formidable force in Bengal. It still is. BJP emerged as a formidable force winning 8 seats out of 21 in Odisha, and now you see. And then you see winning Assam twice starting from 2015, winning Tripura twice. And they were difficult states, from BJP's point of view. Then you see entire Northeast also the success story. From 19 to 2024, if you see BJP foray into South, whether it resulted, the turnout was as per the expectation or not is a different story. But you see the kind of investment that BJP made, and particularly under the Prime Minister Modi, no other leader had given such a free hand as was Annamalai, despite knowing that he is taking some unpopulist decision of going completely against the continuing and old alliance with AIADMK. So it was clear that if you are going alone, your vertical, vote bank will dip because of the kind of community equation and everything that you need. And yet he was given, so which means it was more like an ideological project. It is not going to be just about a immediate electoral gain. So and the result is that BJP, despite everything, has got 12% of the votes compared to AIADMK, which is around 19%, 19 to 20% of the votes. Now BJP is catching. So in future, I will not be surprised if BJP reaches around 20% of the votes in Tamil Nadu, and that would be the threshold wherein the seats will start votes will start converting into the seats. Kerala, as I told you, BJP has a clear defined territory of the states to focus on. It doesn't need to concentrate in, say, for example, half of Kerala, or 40% of the Kerala, which is not its catchment area, which is not going. So Kerala, I'm expecting that in the triangular contestation, BJP's vote share and prime vote share is going to be primarily of the CPM vote share. It's not basically Congress votes. The ones who are voting to the Congress may get some, but overall it is basically Congress, CPM, BJP will be kind of eyeing upon, and that is likely to come. Karnataka, we already have. Telangana, I'm very sure that had they not removed Bandi Sanjay Kumar, even in assembly election, BJP would have, not the ruling party, it would have been the prime kind of opposition party. And this time the tally would have been what everyone was expecting. Some sort of a reputation of Odisha kind of template would have been reflected in Telangana. why Bandi Sanjay Kumar was kind of removed just 2 months before the assembly election, and that therein the BJP lost the momentum. Mind it, BJP was going to commit the blunder in Odisha by aligning with BJP because Pandian wanted that alliance because with Naveen Patnaik dipping and BJD is in crisis, had you aligned the anti-BJD sentiment which helped BJP sweep the state, both Lok Sabha and it would have gone to Congress and Congress would have revived. So the local leadership rebelled and the central leadership finally heeded to their advice. So South I see as a huge catchment area because you should not just assess BJP's performance in tally. Tally overall is 29, 2030. In 2024, it's also 29. But you see the vote percentage in every state except Karnataka. Karnataka, relatively, if you compare to the assembly election, BJP has a mega comeback. But in every other state, BJP vote percentage has increased 20 to 35% in Telangana, 12% alone in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, 17% in Kerala. With Alliance also has a very good performance in Andhra Pradesh. So that way, I see no state which can say now that BJP is an outsider party. You know, when you see millions of people, and mind it, this is also something that will be further analyzed. My hunch is majority of them are likely to be youths. So one needs to see out of the total percentage, what is the percentage of the youth if we divide that vote, if we go, I think some sort of a generational change is happening, within South also, and they are embracing BJP in a big way, and that's why BJP is as much a South Indian party, and I agree with that. Once it entrenched in the South keep on growing, at least at the national level.
I would want to move on to the next question, and I want to take the case of Andhra Pradesh. What has helped BJP make such immense gains in Andhra Pradesh? The NDA gained additional vote share of 7.1%, and it won 21 out of 25 seats there. So have Chandra Babu Naidu and Pawan Kalyan given a new lease of life to BJP here?
Yeah, briefly, if you see, we need to see the last election. If you see the fault lines in political fault lines in Andhra Pradesh, United Andhra Pradesh, and now just even if we take the present Andhra Pradesh, since 1983, when N.T. Ramarao formed TDP, Telugu Desam Party, the demographic shift was like the Reddis, then Dalits, tribals, and minorities, and some others, they stayed with the Congress. But majority of the intermediary caste, OBC castes, and two dominant peasant castes, primarily the Kamas and the Kapos, they became the core support base of TDP. And that way, some sort of change from here and there kept on alternating the power. Now, in present Andhra, 2019 was the time because it is one state besides Arunachal Pradesh and Odisha wherein election happens simultaneously for both assembly and the Lok Sabha election. The Kapu vote, which Pawan Kalyan and Jan Sena party became a votary of, and they resonated, it shifted away from the TDP. So besides anti-incumbency, which in South is quite common, you see that in Tamil Nadu, barring a couple of elections, you see that happening in many states, that the high aspirational state, wherein the aspirational index is high, wherein you expect more delivery from the incumbent. So therefore, the sense of dissatisfaction at the end of the 5 years is more compared to many of the Central Indian and the North and East Indian states, wherein the incumbent is rewarded again and again. So there was anti-incumbency against Naidu and TDP, but there was also a crisis that the Kapu vote shifted away, around 6% votes away from Chandrababu Naidu. So that was a big dent away from the TDP, and that is why Jagan, who was not expected to script such a victory, Jagan was not being seen in 2019 as that formidable a leader. People are thinking that yes, it's close, maybe here and there, Chandrababu also cannot. But when the verdict came, 22 out of 25 seats in 29 went to Jagan Reddy, YSR Congress. And the same kind of a tectonic result was visible in the assembly election. That's also that besides the anti-incumbency vote, there was also a Kapu vote which split it, away, and some of the OBC and other votes. This time what has happened that because BJP also behind the scene created a kind of a common platform where Naidu, Pawan Kalyan came together. So though BJP is a small player, but it did something that it has been doing in many of the northeastern states, wherein it is very small in terms of the representative politics, but it creates a NEDA, a Northeastern Democratic Alliance for the anti-Congress parties and bringing them together. So it also created a common social base of Kapus, Kamas, and other OBCs. And then there was anti-incumbency. So certainly you find that many of the youths across the category, etc., they voted for Naidu. That sort of thing. Mind it, today India is more into an aspirational mode of a politics, not just about the old mode of a kind of give and take politics. Aspirational means you may belong to OBC, you may belong to the Dalit, but you will vote to a party who you think is doing a politics of aspiration. And that is why you see UP is an outlier state. Everywhere BJP's success should be attributed to that. There are outlier states. One who is catering to the aspiration rather than the party which wants you to pull down to the pre-Mandal and pre-reform era. Without using the terms, you are catering to the old unions, old government union lobby, you are catering to the censors, all sort of a thing. No, that way, this is a mandate for aspiration, and Naidu represents that aspiration. Naidu and Modi on the economic, parameter are in the same direction. They are the siblings. What Modi has been doing in Gujarat and now at the national level, Naidu started that trend in mid-1996 onward in Andhra until 2004. So that way, the chemistry that was among the political parties until 2023 assembly election in Telangana, many of the Kama voters adjoining Andhra in district like Khammam, Warangal, etc., they were angry with BJP because Jagan has incarcerated Chandrababu Naidu, and many of the Kamas voters who are based in Hyderabad, residing in every area of the Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, they were expecting BJP to intervene on behalf of the Naidu, but since that didn't happen, many of that vote shifted to Congress out of anger. Now, within 4 or 5 months, you see the chemistry that BJP established between Naidu and Pawan Kalyan, and that resulted in Kamas and Kapu's vote coming together, and that created a momentum. It became an anchor, and that is why you see Jagan lost the plot badly, winning just 4 seats, and TDP and the alliance sweeping the state in assembly election also. So that way, I think it was the chemistry at the political parties and individual leadership level which resulted in a consolidation of the votes, which was divided in 2019. So TDP is now back to its older form, but there is one rider that now it would be a disaster on part of, or a wrong strategy on part of Chandrababu Naidu to brush aside Pawan Kalyan. Because it's not just 6% votes, because he got lesser number of the seats. Pawan Kalyan's strike rate is better than Chandrababu Naidu, 21 out of 21 seats, 2 out of 2 seats. So that way it's 100% strike rate compared to that. Chandrababu Naidu, if he brushes aside BJP and Pawan Kalyan, then also the government will survive, because he has huge majority, but that will create another kind of a crisis in near future, which costed Naidu. So that way we see it was a leadership party alliance resulting in the consolidation at the societal level, and that along with the anti-incumbency against YSRC, that created such a kind of tectonic result in favor of the NDA in Andhra Pradesh.
Mr. Sreedathan ji, Chandrababu Naidu has openly declared benefits for Muslims on religious lines, like helping with bank loans. How do you think that would fit in with the BJP's Hindutva project?
I don't think these are all election time this thing, and you must understand that Chandrababu Naidu has a Muslim vote base also. We have to. This is a coalition government. It is not a BJP government. Even the biggest criticism against BJP in UP was that it was giving out all scholarships to Muslims. In some places, I heard that also. So that won't go well with the core vote base. That is true. Mainstay BJP supporters won't support that. But still, must understand that there is a compulsion of coalition also. But having said that, I fully agree with this, Dr. Sajjan, that this Pawan Kalyan is a major factor, emerging factor, and you will see that like Suresh Gopi, he is also works among people apart from his film personality, politician personality. There is another dimension to his personality also that goes well with the common people. That he is a person, is a politician to watch for. And having said that, the Kamma and there just in YSR's regime, what happened was that the benefits were going to one community only, that the few communities, basically the Reddy community. So there was a huge resentment that was building up against that. Last time also there was a talk that even in Telangana, Kammas and Kapus will go to Andhra to support. That also might have happened. There was a talk that there is a relocation of vote base from Telangana to help TDP. So in Telangana, that has gone to BJP, but a lot of people have relocated to Andhra Pradesh. That was an undercurrent that was happening. So there was a huge resentment against among other communities against this Reddyization of Andhra politics. That was there. A lot of journalist friends also told me that there was a resentment, and these community Kapus and community, they are also very aspirational community, because that all these people, a lot of film stars and others come from this community. So they were feeling sort of left out in for the last many years. So that has helped TDP in a big way. And plus, although BJP is not a big player, but BJP has given that additional push that has helped TDP in a big way. Modi's image, Modi is a pan-Indian figure, and that is working in Tamil Nadu, that is working in Kerala, that is working in Andhra Pradesh also. That is there. Also, TDP, obviously, Chandrababu is a taller figure there, but Modi is also a factor, and also another factor which many have not spoken is about the large-scale conversion that is happening in Andhra Pradesh, and the open patronage YSR has given to the evangelicals and evangelists and other Protestant communities and all that. They were given free sort of pensions and other things, assistances also. And also there is a land grab, systematic land grab that has gone in. Temple lands were taken away to construct churches and all that. That also silently worked in favor of TDP. And at one point, if you closely watch that Andhra paper, there were reports that Chandrababu Naidu also had aired this resentment that that Hindus are being mistreated. That kind of statements have come from TDP also at different levels. May not be at a very open vocal level, but at different levels there was a talk when there were huge a string of attacks on temples temple deaths and all that. That at that point of time, there was TDP also said there is huge attacks on Hindu temples. That also in a way incrementally helped TDP.
Before we conclude this discussion, I have a question for both of you. The BJP president has said that, BJP is now an evolved party and can do without some support. How valid do you think this statement is, and what would be its implication for our political landscape, especially for BJP in the state south of Vindhyas? Dr. Sajjan first, and then Mr. Sreedathan.
Yeah, I think for a party like BJP, certainly these are the kind of statements that one should, kind of avoid, because this doesn't. What was the intention? Perhaps intention may have been on part of JP Nadda to emphasize that BJP has a sense of autonomy, and BJP and RSS are not necessarily in tandem on electoral issues. So on elections, there is nothing. It's more like ideological. But the way it was articulated, it gives the kind of the framing happens as if there is a internal bickering and internal contradiction. So certainly it has not gone down well. And now that the tally has dipped, so people will start reading between the lines and too much that perhaps RSS was also not happy. And I don't think that sort of a thing happened. Because had that been the case, then RSS anger or aloofness should have costed BJP across India. In Kerala also, wherein RSS is strongest. So where RSS is strong, BJP is doing well. I think such a kind of statement should be avoided, but I do not think that has anything to do with the kind of electoral mandate we see. It's primarily the UP, which change the direction of the average number of the tally. If you take out UP and then assess BJP's foray, then you see the success story of the BJP. BJP has one more state government in the east for the first time, So that's something sort of a phenomenal thing. In Eastern India, you see it's Odisha where it is the ruling party. It's Assam where it is the ruling party. It's Tripura where it is the ruling party on its own. In Arunachal, it is the ruling party. Sikkim, it is the ruling party. Manipur, it is the ruling party. So that way one needs to see that, and therein it's primarily the RSS work cannot be the east and northeast. It's primarily RSS work. In central India, all the tribal states you see, starting from Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, everywhere you see primarily it's the RSS workers who have been working there before BJP emerged as a formidable force. But then such a kind of a statement, maybe it was the heat that was more sort of a responsible heat factor has taken toll on BJP in many ways. So this may be one of the slip of the tongue kind of a problem of articulation. Yeah.
Sreedathanji.
Yeah. Dr. Sachin, because without RSS, although there is a joke that going around that RSS cannot win you election, but RSS can make you lose election, because that the nuisance potential is huge. They also know that. I think it's a slip of tongue or something unintentional statement that has come, because to say that BJP has come of age. But having said that, that should have been avoided, because it has given a lot of rumor mills on opportunity to and also some and also plus the kind of candidate selection that has gone, that has also not gone, and all these factors taken together send a different kind of message that will at the grassroots level that has really damaged. I won't say that it is damaged, but yes, its impact was that was the reason why there was a lot of not very much enthusiasm at different levels, that I can say, because I have spoken to a lot of officials and all that, and they were saying that that should have been avoided.
Now, this is not a question that figured in my questionnaire, but I cannot resist asking, how true are the reports of internal contradictions between RSS and BJP?
I don't see. As you know, RSS doesn't. It operates through its general secretaries only. And apart from that, they want some kind. They are happy. Honestly speaking, they are very happy with the central government, the agendas they have taken up, and all that. There was, but there are some points. There are concerns also, like in candidate selection and all that. There is, if you say that there is no, everything was happy and all that, but this time there was a directive that RSS should not work on at a district level or anything. They have to work only at the grassroots level, at the booth level only, if at all BJP wants. That was the kind of message that was been passed down. And in Kerala also, I know it directly because there also they were all management was done by the BJP selected. They wherever they wanted, they sent people. In UP of course, BJP has its own machinery to a great extent. But in other areas, wherever BJP asked for, they were given. Otherwise, there was there was even the last election also. RSS has worked at the grassroots level only. There is not much disconnect. At a different individual level पे हो सकता है, I don't think it is not true that there is a huge difference between RSS and all that, and this statement could have been avoided. That is not it is for the cadre. It has not created any confusion among the leadership. I don't think so, but at cadre level it has gone down very badly.
Dr. Sajjan, any comments?
No, I think more than BJP analysis, I'll focus more on the internal kind of a dynamics, and which is not somewhere it is emerging as a zero-sum game within the BJP, and that to at the state level. So we could see that in Maharashtra, perhaps something in UP also needs to be seen, because you cannot expect kind of a party like Samajwadi Party to win that much of a seat, even if kind of his score was consolidated at a time when Mayawati is keeping her vote percentage nearly intact, right? So that way it shows that kind of more than BJP versus RSS, I see that there need to be some sort of more inclusive space for many of the party, and that's natural for any hegemonic party. When they grow and they become hegemon, many of the leadership within the party feel sidelined, and therefore you see a sense of dispensability emerging among them. Also, many of the works outsourced to the professionals rather than relying on the party cadres and the workers. In some states, bureaucracy is having intention for the bureaucracy was to be efficient, but bureaucracy which is always a grabber, So if you see in states like UP and Odisha, it was also some sort of anger against the Babudam, which is the bureaucrats running the show. And many of the MLAs and MPs not having the kind of, so you have Modi's popularity, you have Yogi's popularity, you have Naveen Patnaik's popularity, all sort of a thing. But what about the common MLAs, common MPs, even the ministers, even the cadres? They also need to have a tangible, kind of a say into the things. So I think this is also a learning lesson for BJP rather than BJP versus RSS framing. Not to kind of replicate the kind of situation wherein your own core rank and file start getting alienated and become aloof. And that is why you see 2014 to 19 BJP used to dominate the social media net. Why? Because you have many kind of individual who did not have any expectation, but emotionally they were attached. But 2019 to 2014, every issue BJP has reacted, and it is the opposition which has said that one, be it Manipur, be it Sainbag protest, be it farmers protest, be it about the issues about all sort of the crisis in Punjab. So that way you will see that opposition was setting an election, the constitution will be changed, reservation will end. Where from these things are coming? A largest OBC party that BJP is now is being accused of being kind of conspiring to end reservation, etc. So that way, I think while many of the opposition volunteers are enthusiastically and passionately working for the Congress and the opposition, building the narrative, within the BJP, it seems that the kind of enthusiasm that rank and file and the individuals had between 14 to 19, there is some sort of a complacency. Primarily, it seems that a hegemonic party start thinking that the era is going to continue. So you should not take your core for granted. That is, so core can be a reason, and core can also be your own support base. So I think I'll be more kind of looking at that sort of a change, whether the right lessons are learned or not, rather than BJP versus RSS trend.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sajjan, Mr. Sreedathan, for joining us. Thank you to our viewers for giving their time and watching this episode. Thank you so much for joining.